And we are back. Welcome to another episode of the Fearless Emma Takes on the World podcast. I'm Tim, the co-host for the next 20 or 30 minutes or so. We are back in 2020 with some more exciting episodes, more exciting adventures for myself and Emma.
Hello.
Hello. Welcome back, Emma.
Mm-hmm.
Have you missed the podcast? We haven't done a podcast for a while. Have you missed what we've done?
Yeah, I had my stuff ready, but then someone wasn't ready to record.
Yeah, we've kind of been on again, off again. We've had some issues that have arisen that we haven't been able to do a podcast, but we even tried to do one yesterday, but we ran into some technical difficulties. No matter what I did, I couldn't get the audio to work, unless maybe you should be my audio professional, Emma. What do you think?
What's that?
Well, you could be the producer in addition to the star. Well, maybe not producer, but you could be like the technical expert. Like I've been spending the last 30 minutes just trying to figure out how to make my computer work to be able to do two microphones. Yeah, I'm the same way, Emma. I don't... You know, this podcasting thing, being an amateur podcaster and doing this in the comfort...
Didn't you just say we were professionals?
We are professionals in the air quote sense of professionals.
They can't see your hands, Dad.
I know, and I tell you that all the time. Like, they can't see your shrug or your shoulders, or they can't see you shake your head, Emma. So Emma's kind of feeling silly today, but we are back in 2020, and I think that as we talk about being fearless and we talk about challenges, we've been taking some adventures, and I think those adventures are going to be the substance of our podcast. They're going to be what we're going to talk about, I think, don't you?
Yep.
Yeah, I think that we have set a goal for 2020 as a family, and what is that goal that we've set as a family, Emma?
To hike 100 miles this year.
We want to try to hike 100 miles in the state of California, the state of wherever. We just happen to live in California, but we want to hike 100 miles, and we want to do it by the end of the year.
Uh-huh.
And so what we're going to do is we're going to work extremely hard. Dad's going to try to find different trails, and through those trails, we're going to talk about the things that we've done. We're going to rate our thoughts on the trails. We're going to rate them in three different categories. Do you remember what those categories are, Emma?
Beauty. And now it begins with a T.
Terrain.
Intensity.
Well, kind of intensity. We kind of say physical exertion.
Yeah.
Because we try to be physically fit as a family. So we want to say, was it really tough?
Yes.
Was it kind of tough, or was it not tough at all?
It was tough uphill.
Well, we're going to talk about the one we just did yesterday. But so as a family, we're going to start doing these hikes. We've done two. We're going to start this podcast with the one that we did yesterday, and we're going to talk about that. But I'm pretty excited because we're back in the saddle. Unfortunately, I tried to fix the audio from yesterday. I had a lot of different audio of Emma trying to go uphill and falling down and really struggling to try to be able to climb those hills yesterday, actually mountains yesterday.
I was about to die.
You weren't about to die.
I almost died. I almost fell backwards.
You almost died and fell backwards? Well, you know, I think, what did I tell you the whole time while we were on the hike?
You won't let me fall backwards?
I was not going to let you fall backwards because I was the one back behind you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I would say that what we're going to do is we're going to talk about those hikes throughout the course. We're going to give a ranking, and maybe our fearless listeners, if we have any in the area, maybe they want to try some of those hikes that we go on. What do you think?
Yeah, it was really beautiful. I'll give it that.
But. Yeah, maybe we can throw out the big challenge to everybody that listens to this podcast. Maybe
go the right way.
Well, we went left. We didn't go. We zigged instead of zagged, Emma. And so we didn't get lost yesterday.
There's mainly only one trail.
There was only one trail, but last week
Connor got us lost.
Well, Connor was definitely not Magellan, and he couldn't necessarily find our way.
Who's Magellan?
You know who Magellan is? He was a famous explorer, and he sailed the seven seas.
No.
And, Or is it? Yeah, I think that's right.
No.
Well, who else? Who would you say?
I don't know who Magellan is.
All right. Well, we're going to look that up. That's going to be on another podcast. We'll talk about Magellan. Maybe you need to pay attention a little bit more in history class.
We haven't talked about Magellan.
Okay. All right. Well, so
We're learning about the colonies.
yesterday we went on a hike just outside of Columbia, California, right?
Yeah.
It says it's
A Duchess Mine Trail is a 4.
Hold on. You're super excited to tell us what the Duchess Mine Trail is. Now, I will say we did go to the Duchess Mine Trail. The Duchess Mine Trail is just outside of Columbia, a 2-lane highway to get to it, which is kind of neat. It overlooks the new Melones Reservoir, right?
Yeah, it is a 4.1 mile lightly tracked loop trail that features a lake and is rated as a moderate. The trail is primarily used for hiking and mountain biking and accessible year-round. Dogs are also able to use this trail.
Okay, so you just read that. Where did you read that from? Wikipedia?
No.
Okay, where did you read that from?
It was on the All Trails website.
Oh, so I actually downloaded the All Trails app. And if you're a hiker, I would highly recommend that you get this All Trails app. You know why?
Why?
Because you can track it. You can track your hikes. You can download maps, and it'll actually track where you are hiking from. And so that way you never really get lost. And I think there's even something called a lifeline that, let's say you get lost, they can maybe send out a search party to find you. But I'm also going to read something from the All Trails website to kind of give us,
If they had the app.
well, I'm going to
If
read.
I had the app.
I'm going to read from the app. So the app says this loop trail with views of the new Melones Reservoir and the surrounding area. The trail takes hikers past remnants of the Duchess Mine, which operated during the Gold Rush era. It also takes hikers up to the portion of Table Mountain, which is a 10 million year old lava flow that exhibits introverted topography. The lava formed in the Paleo Channel of the Stanislaus River, which is now the high spot on the landscape. So pretty cool. I will say that for me, one of the coolest things, like I've driven over that bridge that we drove over, and I've seen the new Melones Reservoir, but it was, I think, a much different perspective to be on top of the mountain and be overlooking the reservoir after we have just climbed almost 1,000 feet. What do you think? I mean, it was pretty impressive. I mean, it was a little chilly when we got to the top. The wind started blowing a little bit. But I will say, looking at the perspective of the reservoir as we climbed to the top, I was, it was awesome.
I was blown away.
It was awesome, to say the least. The sun was kind of at the right spot where it was, kind of reflecting back off the lake. There was only one other group on the trail when we went yesterday, and it was a beautiful day.
Yeah.
Sun was out. It was, I would say, partly cloudy or partly sunny. It was mostly sunny anyway. There were some clouds in the sky, but I was highly impressed. So we made it to the trailhead, and when we made it to the trailhead, there was only a couple other cars. We kind of struggled initially to be able to try to find the beginning of the trail. Remember, when we first got there, I didn't quite realize, I even had the map, I didn't quite realize that I needed to go across the highway to actually get to the trail. Remember, we were
The map wasn't popping up, that's why.
Well, it was definitely not an area that we wanted to get lost in, but because there was really no cell phone reception where we were at, was there?
Yeah, but you can always hit click and they'll send out a search party for you.
Well, yeah, there's the lifeline, but that's only if I have service, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
So
maybe not, because then if you didn't have service and you're lost, how are you supposed to click it? So they must have had it without service if you didn't need service.
Yeah, I think there's probably maybe a GPS coordination, triangulation in the phone, and so if we get lost, I'm sure somebody would come find us. I would imagine. Hopefully, we never have to figure that out.
We had a toilet with us.
Okay, so I think we should probably talk about how we prepare for these hikes. Okay, so We are very novice hikers. And what I mean
What's
by
that?
novice hikers are very inexperienced and new to hiking, aren't
Well,
we?
we hiked some in Colorado before.
Some, but they typically were paved trails, right?
Yeah.
So we are very new to the hiking game. Being new to the hiking game, there's only one member of our hiking party right now that has hiking boots, right?
Yeah, she got herself hiking shoes. She didn't think about anyone else.
She did get, I think she said she looked for hiking boots for you, but
And then she's like, "No what? Never mind. She can get her own."
I don't think that that's quite how that went.
Yeah, it did.
No, I think that what we need to do is maybe we can get your mom on this podcast and then she can set the record straight.
She just
for
said
everybody.
no.
Why no? She's in the background. She's in the living room. She can hear you and I talk back and forth. So that way, and she's going to hear this. She's going to listen back to it because we need all the listens we possibly can get from other people, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so she's going to listen back to hear us talk about your adventure on the Duchess Mine Trail. But it was one member of our party, your mom, has hiking boots, and she was getting pretty cocky as she was using her hiking boots.
It's funny because then as she was getting cocky, she almost fell, and then
Yeah. As she was getting very, like she was walking, she could definitely grip the terrain a lot better than you and I couldn't
yeah,
she?
because I had tennis shoes on.
You had tennis shoes on. I had tennis shoes on. We do need to get some hiking boots with maybe some
had hiking
ankle
sticks.
support. But that's the next thing we got. So today, or on Saturday, before we left town, we went to where? We went to Big Five.
Got hiking shoes.
Well,
Hiking poles.
Hiking poles, yeah.
And then we also got toilets.
And we got portable toilets. So we needed, some of our members of our party have very small bladders.
Mom.
And
She had to go when we were on the trail, but she didn't want to go in the bag. You're leaving that in.
I'm not going to touch it, Emma. I'm just going to let it roll. And I don't think you wanted to go in the bag either.
Oh, no, I didn't have to go.
Okay, well, that's a good thing. Well, we knew that we didn't want to use the portable toilets if at all possible, right?
Well, you're a guy. It's different from you, but we're girls.
I have different equipment, yes, and it makes it a little bit easier in case I do need to go. But we definitely picked that up before we left town just to be safe. We also made sure we had some water. I have a hiking pack, not a big hiking pack, but something we can throw our cell phones in, our water bottles.
I held the cell phones.
You held your cell phone. I held my cell phone.
I
think
have
you
a
probably
rock from the hike, and then I put it in my pocket, and then I had all like these scratches on my phone.
Oh, so it kind of scratched up the screen protector that you had.
Yeah, this phone case is it's disabled, but it's like connected to the screen protector.
Yeah. Well, so those are really all we had. We did take some protein bars, but we don't go on that long of a hike to be able to see where we're at. We don't necessarily need to. We don't necessarily need to have all the bells and whistles, like full camelbacks and stuff like that. We typically do fine with just some water bottles and those sorts of things. But we definitely live in an area because we're just we live at the very bottom of the Sierra Nevada, and we're only a couple hours to Yosemite. We're only a couple hours to ski areas and those sorts of things. So we've got a lot of mountains in our area that we can definitely hike. So I think that this is going to set us up to be able to hit that 100-mile goal before the end of the year.
We need to get hiking shoes.
Yeah, we do. And why did we set this goal of 100 miles? And
Because
I want to digress a little bit, maybe talk about why did we set this goal of 100 miles?
So last weekend, it was a Saturday day. Me and my mom were about to go out. Then my mom made this comment to my dad. Wow, you've been sitting. I've always something like sitting in front of the TV a lot.
Yeah, so I had spent a lot of time in front of the television that Saturday before the Sunday of our first hike. And she made a comment, and
then next day, we also saw one of our friends go hiking, and it popped in your brain, let's go hiking.
Yep. And so from there, the 100-mile challenge was spawned, right?
Yeah, it was born.
It was definitely conceived.
No, it was born.
Oh, born. We actually had it happen, huh?
Yeah.
All right. So we did go. We set it up. The first one I want to say was Red Bluff. We did that hike. That was fun.
Yeah, it wasn't as bad as the other one. When I got up to the first hike, I sat down.
Yeah. But
The first hill, I was like, yeah, I'm sitting down at the top of the hill.
But we set that 100-mile goal. Another reason why I wanted to set this 100-mile goal is I work out in the gym quite a bit, and I feel that maybe, just maybe, I need to explore things outside to be able to put my fitness to use, right?
Yeah.
You need to be able to, I think we work out to have fun outside of the gym, right?
Yeah, and we could have gone today, but they were power cleaning.
That is incorrect.
Yeah, because we could have gone to church last night.
Yeah, your days are off a little bit, but they were snatching yesterday.
Snatching.
Aw, shucks. I couldn't go snatching because I had to go for a hike.
Hey, you could have still gone. We went at like 1 o'clock.
Hey, don't sell me out because if Brian listens to this podcast, he's gonna tell me that I could have definitely been there at least at the 9 o'clock class to be snatching. That's okay. I would have scaled it anyway, but I had a good time hiking with you and your mom. I wish your brother would have came with us. He chose to go a different route instead.
And get waffles.
His girlfriend Stevie was making him waffles, but that's okay. All right, so back to the Duchess Mine Trail. We read a review on the Duchess Mine Trail before we went. It was on the All Trails app. We don't necessarily need to read the review to everybody because if they download the app, which I highly recommend that they download the app, we read it and they said go where, Emma?
To go to the right side of the trail.
No, it said go left.
Dang it!
Well, don't set these people up because they're going to come back and they're going to spam our Instagram account and YouTube and wherever else we are.
Hey, it'll give us a lot of followers.
Yeah, well, they're not going to be happy people when we tell them to go right and instead go left. All right, so let's talk about the trail first, okay? So the trail,
okay.
If we went left instead, we zigged instead of zagged. We
zagged and zig.
Okay, so we went left instead of right, and going left is what?
Oh, I cannot see anyone going down that. If I see them, I would turn around if I saw that.
We went left, and by going left, it was pretty much a straight up the whole time. I mean, there was some where it would level out and kind of dip a little bit, but it was about 1,000 feet of an incline right out of the gate. There was no real warm up. It was 1,000 feet to the top of the mountain, right?
Yep.
And we got about 30 minutes into the hike, and we had to pause because you thought that was the top. It was not the top. And so we talked. We may throw that portion, maybe right here. I'll throw that portion of your conversation that I recorded on our digital recorder, so that way we have an opportunity.
We couldn't get the sound effects.
Well, I might be able to fix that. So we'll see. If I get it to play, I'm going to play it right here.
Now.
But if I don't get it to play, we're going to keep talking about it. So it was about 1,000 feet all the way up. And we hiked, and I stayed behind you. You used the hiking pole just to kind of give you a little bit more leverage. Your mom kind of was scouting up the top for us, so that way.
Because she had hiking shoes and a hiking pole.
Yeah, well, that's okay. But she wanted to get exercise in, and she was powering up the mountain just like you and I were powering up the mountain.
We burned about like almost 1,000 calories.
Not even close.
We were at 800 something.
Not even close.
Yes, we were.
According to my Apple Watch, Emma, we were only at about 500 calories.
Yeah, you turned off your Apple Watch early.
Yeah, maybe about a quarter mile left to go to get to the car. But
still, we burned more calories.
That's not another 500 calories. But
I didn't say it. It was 800. Another 500 calories would be at 1,000 calories.
Yeah. We climbed to the top. We got to the top. We took a little bit of a rest just so that way we could kind of catch our breath. When we got to the top, I will say that the views at the top were pretty spectacular. We could see, I don't want to say all of the reservoir, but we could see a good portion of the
Most
reservoir.
of it.
Yeah, there was this, canyon, if you want to call it that, but the lake just spanned, from east to west, and it was definitely one of the highlights, I thought, of our hike. As we kept climbing up to the top, we came across some livestock.
Yep.
What did we come across as we got to the top?
We came across cows.
Really? Cows? Did you think you were going to see cows at the very top of a mountain like that?
No. I don't get how they came. They probably went up the right way.
Well, I don't think they probably followed the trail. I personally think there's probably a road on the backside where we were at someplace, and that's probably some portion of a farmer's field in that area, don't you think?
Yeah, probably.
Because how else are they going to get there?
The right way?
The right way? Oh, you think that they would? You think they would walk cattle up the right way?
Yeah.
Okay. As we were at the top, we traversed the top of the mountain for a very short distance. We had maybe a little bit of difficulty, or I had a little bit of difficulty being the navigator. We backtracked a little bit, not too much, but just enough. My little dot was telling me to go one way. I thought I was going the right way. Turns out, as the dot was wandering off of the red line on the map from the All Trails app, I realized we were wrong, and so
You
we
were
went
wrong.
I'm saying we as a team, Emma. We're a team.
Well, you're the one who had the map. You're the map guy.
Am I like? Are you Dora the Explorer? And you yell map, and
then mom's the backpack.
your mom's the backpack. So your
I'm
mom's
Dora.
You're Dora. Who's Boots?
Connor.
Well, Connor sometimes doesn't go with us. I would say your mom was maybe Boots because she's got the boots.
Yeah, but she's the backpack and the boot.
She had the backpack and the boots. I had the backpack the previous time.
Yeah, you were the backpack guy and the map guy.
Maybe I'm the utility guy. I've got the backpack most
there's
times.
no utility guy in Dora.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm the map. I'm the backpack. I'm this. I'm that. Maybe that's what it is. But
You're
I
the
wouldn't.
map guy.
Maybe what we'll have to start doing is dressing up as Dora the Explorer as we go out on these hikes. I bet you.
I look somewhat like Dora. I just need to get a little bit more tan, and then my hair darker.
Yeah, she's got dark hair,
bangs.
and she does have bangs. But I don't think that we're going to dress as Dora the Explorer.
I mean, I could. She wears shorts and a pink shirt. Orange short. I can do that.
Well, I don't think that your mom's going to dress as Boots. So.
She needs red boots and then a monkey outfit.
Yeah, no, I don't think that that's going to happen.
I got a haircut today.
Yeah, you did. It looks very beautiful.
I know, right? It's so short. It's like an A-line. Like, it's long in the front and then short in the back.
And you know what that means to me?
What?
You got your haircut. Guys, I don't have a clue what an A-line is. No, neither did you. You didn't know what it was until your mom showed you pictures of it today.
My hair is an A-line.
Okay.
It's an A+.
It's an A+. Well, I don't think that the A-line necessarily means that it's an A+. But anyway, I think we need to go back to the hike. So we traversed the top of the mountain, and we had to go down, right? And
Yeah.
so.
And your Apple Watch just kept saying you're done with your workout, but you're like, nope.
Yeah, why did my Apple Watch keep saying that I was done with my
Because
workout?
you kept stopping.
Because I was walking behind
Me.
who? And so the watch kept asking if I was finished with my workout. Not quite finished, but it was asking if I was finished. Since we went up, we had to go down, right?
Yeah.
And we went across the top of the mountain, and we found the portion of the trail that takes us down the mountain. A little steep coming back down, but maybe not as steep as the path that we chose initially, right?
Yeah, so there was these other people. We passed them because they were taking pictures, and we just walked. I'm like, yeah, I want to get off this hill. So we kept walking, and they're like, you want to take a picture of the cow? I wasn't allowed to get near a cow, but they were, and you guys didn't let me. And then apparently we were ahead of them. They never passed us, but then they they were gone by the time we got back to our car.
Yeah, we took the longer route to get back to our car. I think the safer route for us, especially, because I think that having you try to go down that hill or down the mountain probably was not going to necessarily be a good thing for either you or I, just because of the terrain and how steep that really was. I think that they were older. I think that they could probably navigate it and be just fine. I could have probably did it. Maybe if we had hiking shoes or hiking boots with some ankle support, like we've been talking about, I
need ankle support.
I think maybe we could have definitely done that. So we went down the mountain on the other side. We followed the trail back around. We got to see definitely a much different part of the trail, right? A little bit more shade on that side.
It was so nice.
A little bit more relaxing, a little bit more serene too, right?
Yeah, it was steep, and then when we were walking down a hill, I fell on my butt.
Well, you didn't have to tell anybody. I wasn't going to tell anybody that you fell.
Hey, yeah, you have to tell the whole story. You can't leave any details out, or else it's not full story, and they won't believe you.
All right, well, I'll remember that every time we go hiking. I will give play-by-play from now on.
Okay, so we got out of the car.
No, we're not going to start. We're not going to move all the way back. But we came down the mountain. We followed that trail on the way down, right?
Yep.
It was pretty nice on the way down, I thought. I thought that, for me personally, I thought that was... I thought the top was the highlight, but I did think a close second was that trail that went along the reservoir, because we were able to definitely get to see some parts of God's creation that a lot of people don't see, right?
Yeah, and some people vandalize God's beauty.
And that was probably one of the hardest things that I think both at you and I, as we were kind of checking things out, we noticed that there were people that had...
Who's Roscoe?
I don't know, but that's who vandalized. They tagged some of the rock formations out on the trail. Actually, quite a few rock formations. Very disappointing. I hope that we don't see that again, especially since I think that we all need to be good stewards of the land and the environment. And I really think that anybody that's going to do stuff like that is, for me, it's very disappointing.
It's just bad. Why would they do that?
Yeah. So that was one of the things that I felt was one of the things that detracted from the beauty of what we got to see.
And if you do it, why would you write your name on it?
Yeah, well, because that's their handle. They feel that that gives them some level of importance, unfortunately. But
yeah, but they would know that it was you if the cops ever try to come after you.
Yeah, well, hopefully they find who did it, or maybe they have found who did it, and maybe they can go back after them. Well, we made our way back down the trail. One of the things that I was highly surprised at was all the mountain bike tracks that we saw as we were walking. I'll be honest, I'm not riding I know that mountain biking is one of those things that a lot of people do. I definitely am not a great mountain biker. Are you?
Not a chance. I would have been dead.
There are some of those areas that I saw some mountain bikers go, tracks go down or up some of those inclines. There'd be no way that I would be able to make that. And so... what we need to do is, as we see that, it was kind of awe-inspiring that people could do that. Maybe someday we'll be able to do that, but today is not that day.
Yeah.
So we made it all the way back down, hiked all the way back down to the bottom, and when we got back, I'm looking at how many miles we hiked.
4.7 miles. 4.1.
According to the map guide, it was 4.1. According to my Apple Watch...
You turned it on late.
I turned it on right on time.
You turned it on late.
I turned it off maybe a little early because it wasn't from car door to car door. But it was 3.79 miles.
No, it was 4.1.
It was not 4.1.
It was 4.1. You took the wrong way.
We have some mileage that we need to put in from last week, so we climbed that one on Sunday. And according to what I have from that one actually was, to be honest with you, almost the exact same at 3.8. So we have done.
We hiked more on the We hiked more on the other one.
Just a little bit. Yeah.
How?
How? I don't know. But because we got lost. Well, we didn't get lost.
Connor got us lost.
Yeah, our navigator got us lost.
No, you're the navigator. He's the one that just likes to lead and then go
Yeah.
wherever he wants to go. He got lost twice.
Well,
First time.
that's why we all need to stick together.
Yeah, first time he got lost on himself and he had to cross like down and then go up. And then he also had and then he got us lost and it took us longer, so
So you're blaming him for us having to take a little bit longer. I think we actually spent more time on this last hike than we did the first one. Mm-hmm. So with that 3.8 and that 3.79, we are at a grand total of 7.59 miles.
yeah, 7.9.
7.59, not 7.9.
You said 7.9. Or you're saying 79.
No, it is not 79.
75.9.
It is not 75. Trust me, we're only 2 hikes in. There's no way that we're at 75. But
Sure.
I'm very, very, very sure. All right, we need to rank and we need to rate this hike.
So I always run a miles at school, and it's on a dirt track. So does that count as hiking?
That does not count as hiking.
So I can't count it?
You cannot count that.
Sure. I just ran 6 laps this last week.
Well, I didn't get to run that with you, so it doesn't count. It's as a family. Aw, Dad. Really?
I just ran those 6 laps for nothing.
Well, not for nothing. You ran it so that way you could hike better.
I ran 6 laps in like 20 minutes because I didn't bother trying.
Well, just know you're going to start running like a gazelle as we continue to do these.
Gazelle.
Like a gazelle as we start to keep doing these hikes. All right, so we've done 7.59. We've done Red Bluff. We've done the Duchess Mine Trail. I've got another trail that we're going to do next week, but we need to rank or rate this hike. We need to rate it on our scale. So we're going to rate from 1 to 10 on beauty, terrain, and physical exertion, okay? And so let's start with beauty. I think that it was pretty beautiful, but I think that there's going to be some other...
A 7.
You're going to say 7?
8.
You're going to say an 8?
Yeah, an 8.
I would say it's above average, which I would call as 5. So I would say it's probably a 6. You said an 8. So we're going to average it. We're going to say 7. Okay? So 7 for beauty. And what about the terrain? I will say that the first part that we went was very steep.
I'd say about a 7.
But the rest of it was not so steep. I mean, the top that we walked, that wasn't so bad. The downhill really wasn't that bad where we were at. I would say the 1,000 feet straight up, yeah, I would say that that's pretty steep.
Oh,
but
I forgot to tell this funny thing that happened to my dad on the hike.
Okay, well, let's finish this up. So I would say that...
I say a 7.
You say 7. I say a 6.
6.5.
So 6.5 for the terrain. Now, physical exertion.
A 10.
Why a 10?
So the top was like... Sure.
I would say another 6 for me, but a 10 for you, so we'll call it an 8. All right. That gives us a score of...
Wait, no.
Oh, what? I'm sorry.
I say an 8.
You say an 8.
9.
9. Are you sure?
Yes.
So an 8 or a 9, Emma?
A 9.
So I called it a... What did I call it? A 6?
A 7.
No, I did not call it a 7. And
It's a 7.
it's, let's say 7.5.
Okay.
All right. So we say 7 for beauty. We say 6.5 for terrain and 7.5 for physical exertion for a grand total of...
Wait, no, you said 6 for beauty and I said an 8. So then we rounded up to 7.5.
Well, average is 7. Average is 7. All right. So that's a grand total of 21. So the Duchess Mine Trail, we gave it a score of
21.
21.
Oh.
And that's out of 30.
Yeah.
So
And now I have to tell you something funny that happened to my dad.
You talk away, Emma.
Okay.
You talk away.
So there was these rocks, and it was like one of those little like cool mini waterfall things you could like see at like a spa or something, or a dentist office. And then there was this.
So you're going to describe the waterfall as something you would see at a dentist's office. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. And then there was this wood to cross it because it was wet. He stepped on the right piece, and then he stepped on the wet piece, and he acted all smart. And I'm like, oh, wow, bravo. And then he's like, let's see you do better. I didn't get my shoe wet.
Well, you just told everybody that I stepped on the right pieces to get across.
No,
Emma.
you stepped on the one wrong piece.
Oh.
I stepped on the right pieces. You stepped on one wrong piece, so.
Yeah. Parkour, Emma. Parkour.
Mom says I can't parkour. She said not me.
You are not a parkour expert.
Parkour from The Office.
Yeah. All right. So we've been able to enjoy some of the great outdoors that California has to offer, haven't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty cool. I will say that I'm glad that we live in an area that we can definitely... I'm just glad that we can live in an area that we get to enjoy the great outdoors like California. And so we definitely have been able to enjoy that. We didn't necessarily do too much of that when we lived in Colorado. We should have. I think we're going to go back to Colorado and visit quite a bit more. We got to get some more hiking in. I think that we can definitely explore what God has to offer, especially in the mountains, over by the beaches. I mean, there is a lot of places that we can get to just within a day's drive, right? And we're definitely going to do that. Emma, do you have any last words to talk about the hike? Anything that you want to share with all your fearless listeners? Go ahead. Shoot.
Wow. You put me on the spot here. I think we've basically said it all that I wanted to say.
And we've talked for almost 40 minutes, so I don't think that we could really say too terribly much more, other than stay tuned.
For the jokes.
Well, that too. But stay tuned for our next adventure. Please check out our Instagram page.
At fearless_Emma.
Well, I posted a new video, and in posting that new video, we were able to see some different things from our hike. My GoPro that we took with us definitely did an outstanding job stitching all that stuff together. I was
Yeah, you didn't even need to do anything.
ecstatic.
It didn't even catch me falling, even though Mom was filming.
I have that. That actually might go on the Fearless Emma Emma Instagram page. So if you want to see Emma, maybe not necessarily be such a sure foot, we'll have to post that. All right, Emma, I think that's it for our conversation on the hike. You are super excited.
You forgot to tell them where we can find us. You can find us.
Well, we're not done. We're not done with our podcast. You can find us where, Emma?
On Instagram at fearless_Emma. On Spotify or anywhere you could find where your podcast.
You don't have to yell. We're all in the same room.
No, it's only. No.
We are all in the same room.
Yeah, then this room's going to be full of people then.
Well, full of people, yes, absolutely. Yes, you can find us on Spotify.
Or
YouTube,
anywhere you can find your podcast.
Yep, Apple Podcasts. We're on iHeartRadio. We are, wherever you can find your podcast, that's where we're at. All right. I think that's it for the hike. Emma, we've got, we try to conclude most of our podcasts. We always try to stump each other with some funny jokes.
Do you have your jokes?
I'm looking at them right now.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah, I think that you're gonna like this one.
Okay.
But my jokes come to you from niceonedad.com.
Mine come from images on Google.
Images on Google. All right. Well, you're gonna read me some memes then. Read me some memes, Emma.
No, they're not memes.
All right. Go ahead. Okay. Make sure that they are hold on.
Kid jokes.
Or
bad dad jokes.
Or they're bad dad jokes, and they're appropriate, okay? All right. You go first.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Cows go.
Cows go.
I have to say cows go who?
Cows go who?
No, silly. Cows go moo.
I had a feeling that was kind of going down that direction, but that's a pretty bad dad joke. Okay, so this one's mine. This comes, like I said, comes from you from niceonedad.com. I just watched a program about beavers, Emma.
Okay.
It was the best damn program I've ever seen.
I get that.
All right.
Because beavers build dams.
Yeah, good one. See,
Yeah.
that's
Okay.
a bad dad joke.
Where do cows go on Friday nights?
Where do cows go on Friday nights? Let me think. The movies?
No, the movies.
Yeah, I see, but I was pretty close. I knew it was like movies. All right, my turn. I've just been diagnosed as colorblind.
Huh?
I just been diagnosed as colorblind. I know it certainly has come out of the purple. Instead of the out of the blue, out of the purple. Okay.
How do pickles enjoy a day out?
How do pickles enjoy a day out? I don't know. How do pickles enjoy a day out?
They relish it.
That was pretty good. Okay, this one, I got one more for you. I used to hate facial hair, but then it grew on me.
I get that.
You get that one.
Okay.
All right, you want to close out the show with this one?
Why is Cinderella bad at soccer?
Because she wore glass slippers? What?
Because she's always running away from the ball.
That was pretty good. All right. Well,
See, I can find good jokes.
those are pretty good this time.
You want to hear a joke?
Okay, so this is coming. You don't even have your
It's a
phone.
good joke.
Hold on. You don't even have your phone in your hand. I'm almost afraid to know what this joke is, but okay, go ahead.
Okay, I've got two jokes.
Just
knock,
give me
knock.
save this one.
Okay, you want to hear a joke?
Let's hear a joke.
Never mind, it's too cheesy. Wait, no, that's not how it goes. You want to hear a joke?
Let's hear a
You
joke.
want to hear a pizza joke?
Let's hear a pizza joke.
Never mind, it's too cheesy.
Wow, Emma.
Okay, next joke. Knock,
Okay.
knock.
Who's there?
Ach.
Achu.
Bless you.
And with
Boom,
that,
bum.
we are going to close out this episode of Fearless Emma Takes on the World. I want to thank Emma for her silliness. I always love when she's silly on the microphone. It always makes it a little bit funner for me. I'm sure it makes it funner for everybody that listens. Fearless Emma is going to take on some more adventures here in 2020 or 2020. We're gonna achieve that 100-mile goal. I would say that there might be some weeks that we're going to take off, but there's going to be some weeks that
Some weeks we can take off.
well, if it rains, so we may need to look
Is
at
it
that.
raining this week?
No, I think we're going to be good, but it's only Sunday, so it's hard to tell what's going to happen on Saturday. But we are definitely going to have fun with it. I'm super excited that we've thrown down this challenge,
It's not gonna rain.
and we'll continue to throw videos up on our Instagram page. Please check those out. Please drop us a comment. Please like them, because if you like our things, then I'm going to put more of them up there. And if you want to see Emma's video of her falling on her backside, I will hopefully...
It's a butt, not a backside.
Well, I'm trying to keep this PG, Emma.
You mean G?
G, yes, I want to keep this G. I want to keep
I
this...
just changed it to PG.
Okay, well, your nephew always listens to our podcast. Or not your nephew, my nephew, your
Yeah.
cousin.
Well, he is old enough to know what a butt is.
Well, okay, all right. Enough talking about butts. But we're... Oh, my God. We're going to close out this episode. We're going to bring more videos, more podcasts in 2020. And please like our things on social media. We really appreciate that. That way we know that you're checking out our pages. If you'd like a trail for us to hike that's in the area, please let us know. We'd definitely like to check those out, because we're always looking for trails. Something, that we can enjoy God's beauty and be able to see what things are out there. And we will rank them based on our rating score of 1, is it beautiful? 2, what's the terrain like? And how hard did we really
Physical
have to work?
exertion, not how hard you have to work.
Yeah, it goes from we didn't really have to work, we kind of had to work, to we really had to work to be able to...
No, it's we didn't have to work. We kind of have to work. Hang on, give me a second.
All right. Well,
Wait, no.
Okay.
We had to work a little bit and then a little bit more. And then we had to really work.
Okay. I think
Bum.
I'm glad that you said pretty much the same thing that I just said. But
No, I said more.
you said more. I appreciate that. Air 5, Emma, because you're across from me on the desk. But
Wait, hang on.
All right, there's our high five. We're going to close out this episode of Fearless Emma Takes on the
Serious
World.
Face.
Serious Face. Please check us out. If you found this, you definitely know you can find us on your favorite podcasting app. But please check us out on. We have an Instagram page. We have a Facebook
Fearless
page.
_Emma.
Yeah.
I have a Facebook?
You do have Facebook. Check those out. Make sure to like our videos, like our podcast, because those go up there too, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Wait, they do?
They do. They go up there all the time. You don't ever do the back stuff, but I always.
I'm the star.
You're the star. Well, I don't know. I think I talk a lot more than you do.
Yeah, but it's called
Fearless
Emma Takes on the World, not Fearless Dad Takes on the World.
Yeah, but your dad has to be creative to get you to do these things.
I had my stuff ready. Like, I've had all these notes for a while now. And then you have never let me. I have notes ready to go for another podcast.
Okay. Well, we'll have that. We'll have to have that post-show meeting so that way we can talk about maybe some other ideas to do more podcasts. But, Emma, we're going to close out the show. Serious Face. Do you have anything else you want to say? No. Okay. So we're going to close out the show. Thanks for listening. And until next time.
Bye-bye.